Wait, how? Interesting. I didn't realize that was the case. Um, Perfect. All right, let's go to Twitch. Darshan, Speaker, August, Vulcan, Dokla, Po Belter, Skara, Shaden, all streaming. Karzi. Uh, Not interested though. I'm streaming currently. Wait, what do you mean I'm not online? Oh, I'm not online. I thought I turned on my Twitch, but I didn't. Lies everywhere. Okay, edit. And lastly, well, that's weird. Is Twitch working? Test, okay, test. Edit. Yep, everything is working. I have to do this real quick. Go live. Okay, we're live everywhere now, I think. Let me throw out chat so I can see chat on my monitor. And then yo, Seven. It's going good. FNAF. Boa noite. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Boy, today was well, not today actually. I wasn't able to stream after the games, T1 games, but they were entertaining games. I'm alive, yeah. Long time no see. Como vai? Tudo bem? Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the photo. I think this deserves a. Quer continuar o jogo? Tá bom. Não lembro. Letras que descobri. What was I looking for? Yeah, so if you guys don't know about the Law Flickr page, it is an awesome resource. I will do this. Display capture. Why does it look so weird? Uh, Much better. Nope, not better. Oh, no, not what I wanted. I will. Let's get the transform. Okay. Wait, is that really how it's supposed to look like? Looks a little weird to me. But anyways, there's this picture that I wanted to show of Lehends real quick. I mean, there are a lot of really cool pictures. You should probably check it out. But this Law Flickr page had this heart crushing image right here. You can see Lehends just like bawling his eyes out in Mata's lap. Oh, did not mean to do that. I think they really, really wanted to win. Like they really expected to win as well. Like you beat a team 20 times in scrims, and like you just assume that you're going to defeat them. But yeah, there are some really cool. Where's the? Where are? I think I'm thinking maybe I passed the photo. Lehens crying. Don't blame him. I'm not blaming him at all. Hey, Rachel. I was running through my apartment after T11 just to show how a nightmare was Jinji to us T1 fans. Yeah, dude, the fact that you guys didn't beat them in over a year and a half in play is crazy, dude. A year and a half. How many finals did they beat you in a row? One, two. Okay, 22 summer, 23 two times, and then 24. They beat you in four finals in a row. Scrims don't mean anything. I mean, they do. They just today they didn't matter, but every other time they mattered, right? Poor performance ever, but he's still respectfully a great player. Just a bad day. Yeah, I agree. Also, Fnaf, yeah. The letter I is the letter I in your name? T1 lost all scrims this world. I don't really. I didn't hear that. Uh, where's the picture I wanted to see? Oh, this was quite hilarious. I like what Guma did, and then I asked Zeus if he got to try any, and he was like, "No, Guma ate it all." Just kidding. He didn't actually know about that. Yeah, this is where the pictures start. This is Keen, man. Keen looks so down. Everyone looks so done, man. So done. Canyon. This is Coach Helper, I think. This is Mata just chilling. Chovy. Yeah, it was quite sad to see them. I feel like there's a couple of photos missing. Am I missing? I don't know. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I probably just missed them. But there were quite a good. Like normally there are great photos, and this time I thought there were like some phenomenal photos. Oh, what is this? I didn't miss this. On BLG, Elk has not only become a world-class bot laner, but a leader for his team. Aw, that is true. All right. Okay, so there's an I. Is there a D in your name? Hopefully, finals will be a banger. 5 games, just like this. Okay. Anyways, I'm done with this. I don't need this. I just wanted to show the photo because I was heartbroken when I saw it. And interestingly enough, I think the finals will be 5 games. The last series we had between BLG and T1 were 5 games. I think it'll go 5 games. Do you think they will give Gen G roster another chance? I really hope so, Rachel. I really, 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 really hope so. I don't think they will. I think with like the not because they maybe hate the roster, but because they're a new salary cap, and the salary cap is probably going to be. I'm assuming they can only have like one superstar, which is going to be Chovy, and then the rest. I know Kenny and Keen have taken pay cuts, but I just don't know how they're going to manage to fit everyone. They might change out pay as Ruler is rumored. Oh well, not rumored. Ruler has left JDG. He's rumored to go to IG, but if he does go back to Korea, Ruler could play with Chovy again, with Chovy and Lehends, where he won his first title in LCK, and he could be playing with Keen and Canyon. Like that could be really cool. Um, I also just because they're really good. Yeah, absolutely, they were great. Okay, dude, I have no idea what is there a B in your name? Did you hear about the IG roster leak or rumor? They say IG will have the Shy. Did you hear? Oh yeah, the Shy, Rookie, Ruler, and then Vampire. And who did they have for jungle? Kanavi? Was it? No, it wasn't Kanavi. Dude, I don't know, man. They wanted to have Vampire and the Shy, and I'm not like the Shy has been out from playing for a year. And Vampire, like I don't think it's a good roster. Okay, there's no B. Effie. Okay, Fernando, something Fernando. Yeah, I saw the rumor. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. I would be down to see Rookie, Ruler play together. That would be really cool. And then maybe like for support, um, I don't know, Mako. Mako's pretty good. And then you go like Tarzan. Well, you can't because that's three. No, Rookie has the citizenship. Then you can go Tarzan jungle, and you can go like um. Honestly, I'd be down for a sheer top again, but you could go breathe. Breathe had a pretty good year. Or no, not year, but he had a pretty good summer, I guess. Um, you go with Shanji. Shanji's really good. Um, but yeah, honestly, I think most people thought that the T1 series was going to go all five, especially game four. Game four. Okay, I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this. Let's open up Reddit one more time because this was so frustrating. Um, no, let's not open up Reddit. Anyways, I can say from memory. On Reddit, people are just flaming Chovy so hard, and like that they were blaming him for losing that game four. The reason they lost game four was because Hayes did not flash a Skarner ulti. Like he just stood still and died for no reason. That game was won, man. That game was so won. They chose not to win. So I don't know. I don't know how you can flame Chovy for that when they could have went to game five and like who knows, maybe they win that game five. Like you never know. Very strange, very strange. Do you think if T1 wins, players would be willing to run it back? Absolutely not. There's no way they're gonna do it. There's 0% chance. I have a feeling Zeus will go for the bag this year. Maybe Zeus go to China. It could happen. Um, the thing is, there's not that much of a bag anymore because like Korea has the salary cap thing. China has reduced the salary cap a lot because they're bleeding money. So there's not like if you wanted to go to the for the bag, it should have been like last year or 2 years ago. But I don't think this roster, this T1 roster, will retain all five members. I find it hard to believe that that happens. To be honest, they've already played for 3 years. Being on T1 puts so much pressure, and I I would be so surprised if this T1 roster plays more than just one best of five. Like I think they have one more best of five left in them, and then some sort of roster change has to happen. I mean, last year it was going to happen if they didn't like become Titans and suddenly win Worlds. They definitely would have changed, but they won Worlds, so they decided, hey, let's run it back. I have noticed this Worlds. It just feels like there's a lack of content. I don't know. Yo, David, did I miss your final prediction hunch? My. What do you mean, my final prediction hunch? For the series, you mean? Would you want them to run it back, or is it better to change? I mean, I'm a sucker for these kind of things, so I would like for them to run it back. I just don't think it's feasible, it's realistic. Like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Let me look up the contract database. Global law contract database. So I can see how many more years. How many more years do they have? Let's go Korea. What the hell is going on? Okay, let's go. Where's Korea? Wait, Brazil, China, Japan, EMA, KR. Okay, I'm just blind. All right, where is this? Is Hanwha. This is D plus KT Brion T1. Okay, Zeus, Owner, Guma, and Carrier all run out at the end of this year. All run out November 18th. I don't know, man. I really doubt they're gonna resign. Didn't want to call it a prediction necessarily. Your hunch for who will I see, I see, I see. I mean, I'd be down for them to run it back, honestly. But I think for legacy's sake, maybe you don't run it back because you're like you made it to three finals, you won two or one or two. Like maybe you don't. Why is Timo so small? Because he doesn't have mushroom. Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw this. I just saw this. Um, that's quite funny. Hey, Pandy. Genji got level one kill on Zeus and still lost the game. Yeah, I think Guma and Keria both want to stay. It's all about Owner and Zeus. Okay, I don't know that Owner stays. If I had to guess, okay, let's play a guessing game. Who do you think is going to stay on T1? I think Faker. Now, there are rumors that Faker's role swaps to jungle. I don't know how true those are, but I don't doubt it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he does role swap either to jungle or support. So I think at least in the jungle role, I think Owner and Zeus are pretty much. I don't know. Here's the thing. Actually, let me open up the GCD again. Let's look up. Wait, where is it? Wait, where is it? There it is. I don't know why it wasn't opening. I want to see Hanwha and I want to see Viper. Okay, Viper's contract is up. Viper's contract is up. Ruler's up. Figure owns the team, doesn't he? He doesn't own the team. He owns part of the team. He has equity, which is quite common in well in companies. It's not uncommon in League of Legends. Like Bjergsen notably had equity. I'd be very surprised if people like like Sneaky and Jensen used to have equity in C9. I'm pretty sure Blabber has equity in C9. Fairly certain that Core has some equity in TL. I'd be surprised if they don't. Um, but you have Viper is a free agent. Ruler is a free agent. Let's see who else. I mean, Aiming is signed for D plus. Let's look at KT. Deft. I mean, Deft is going to the military. I don't think you want Ninja or let's see who else is there. Pays. You definitely don't want Pays over Guma. I don't think you're super impressed with. Yeah. Who else? Teddy. Like you definitely don't want Teddy back. Who else could you get? I think that's pretty much it. Like you can't really get an upgrade on Guma. I think Viper Ruler are the main two, right? Those are the only two that you could possibly get, unless you're getting like a trainee, kind of like what you did with Guma. I don't see anyone else you can get. Why do I keep closing the GCD? I'm just gonna keep it open because I feel like I'm gonna be going back into it quite often tonight. So maybe if Viper joins, sure. But let's see. Are there any other Korean 80 carries I'm missing? I don't think so. Like top tier, right? Unless T1's like gonna go through a rebuild year. Like if you're sending Faker to jungle, you might want a little bit of a rebuild year. You know, you bring in like a showmaker or something. I don't know, someone in the mid lane. Um, any hot takes about this finals? Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot to answer you, David. They got discounts against the Sour Cup with that roster. Yeah, that's true. And this year it's gonna be even worse. So like Faker's the only person you can kind of keep. They won't get rid of Guma or Keria? Really? Well, then who do you get top mid? I guess top is a really weak role right now. Like Doran, if Doran's top three, top is a pretty weak role. And then middle jungles, Korean jungles are pretty good. Yeah, let me answer the finals. So my hunch, my prediction, logically, I think T1 should win. Logically, I think T1 just look better than BLG right now. But for some reason, I just don't think they can do it. I don't know. It's that's my hunch. I don't have a logical explanation. I can't like go through draft and be like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. Like Bin is going to completely outclass everybody, or like Shun just is like, or Knight is going to do things to Faker that should not be spoken online. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling BLG are just gonna be so clutch, and there's gonna out team fight the clutch gods in T1. That's my hunch. My official prediction is T1's gonna win. But if you ask me what my like gut is saying, I would say it's BLG. Like BLG. You know what's really cool? The very first Korean to win in mid lane was Faker back in 2013. Ever since 2013, we have only had Korean mid laners win worlds. 2013 was Faker. 2014 was Pawn. 2015 was Faker. 2016 was Faker. 2017 was Crown. 2018 Rookie. 2019 Doinby. 2020 was Showmaker. 2021 was Scout. 2022 was Zeka. 2023 was Faker. And now we finally have an opportunity for our Chinese mid laner to win. Or Faker could make it so that Faker wins again. And Chinese mid laners just never have ever won worlds. That is crazy to think. But yeah, I have a hunch that says BLG. I'm not hating on T1. I actually think it's so fitting to the story that T1 win again. Like it cements their legacy in history, and I think that's really cool. And I just think BLG are gonna do it. Um, I think T1 management said they want to keep all of them, but it'll depend on the players stay. Ooh, I didn't know that. I didn't know T1 said that. But David, even if they won't get rid of Guma and Keria, But like the thing is, their contracts end, so Guma and Carrier don't have to resign. If Guma gets like I don't know $5 million from JDG, like he might just go. You know, he might be like, okay, I've won all the accolades, I've won 2 worlds, and I guess he never won an MSI. Interesting. Um, but I won LCK. Like I've won what I wanted to win. I've achieved what I wanted to. Let me go get the bag and like I can chill for the rest of my life. I can buy my parents a house. I can buy myself a house and a restaurant. Like you never know. Like business decisions happen all the time. Um, or maybe he's not confident with the mid jungle. Like if you pick up if Fakers are going to jungle, he might like not be confident in Faker being jungle. Like he might not like who they picked up for mid and top. So he might decide to leave. I don't think they can hold him. It's entirely up to the players. IMO, yeah, exactly. It'll be a close series. I think. I agree, Pandy. I think it'll be close. Hey, Mix. Welcome, welcome. I have the opposite gut feeling. Feels like T1 has plot armor. The Destiny is to win after beating JDG last year. Yeah, it could be. It could be that way. I don't know. I can't explain my hunch. It's just a random feeling. What are you doing, my mans? Don't call me. I'm busy. Um, Now nothing about hating. I'm a Bin Knight fan. Same, same. I just live in fear that the LPL will lose yet again. Oh, you're right. You're right, Max. I have to live with even more rabid T1 stands. That's another thing I forgot to consider. T1. I mean, again, they've lost to LPL so many times at MSI, so it's not like T1 have never lost to the LPL, right? They've lost 2 finals to the LPL. They've lost multiple times to BLG, like 3 times in the past 2 MSIs. So it's not like it doesn't happen. But this would be the first time T1 lose to an LPL team on world stage. That's kind of cool. That's honestly, that's okay. Never mind. I don't want T1 to win anymore. The reason being is like I'm assuming if T1 lose, they're going to get rid of the members, at least a couple of them, and this will be the last stand, the last dance of this roster. And I think it's very fitting that if you saw the teaser, the semifinals teaser, Chovy basically said like, "I'm going to rush in a new era, a new age," and Faker was like, "Hey, if you want to do that, you have to beat me, like prove it." And it'd be so cool if the LPL finally break the curse, they beat T1 for the first time in the finals, and usher in a new era where LoL esports is going to change forever. We're going to have 3 international tournaments from 2015 for 10 years until now to 2014. We've had a very specific format. Sure, Worlds has changed, MSI has changed, but in general, we had MSI, Worlds, we had 2 splits. This is going to completely change everything. And it could be like, kind of like Whitebeard when he died, you know? And he was like, the One Piece does exist. And like, it opened up this new era of pirates, like the new age. I really think it could be like very thematic and very cool. It could be a very cool like video of like an anime sort of a show, you know, like showing off how they reached the pinnacle, and once they lost, it all fell down. It all broke. The crown was too heavy. Heavy was the crown. It's all, dude. It's all there. It's all there. Tijuana losing. It's funny how I convinced myself that Tijuana are gonna lose. Um, hey, X Josh, X. Welcome to the stream. With all the salary cap restrictions hitting the LPL and LCK, top teams in both regions are going to be gimped. Yeah, that's kind of crazy that the LPL are like going down in roster. LPL format is awesome. I would definitely recommend watching LPL because it's just like bangers on bangers on bangers. But yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think teams are gonna start playing with other players that think they can win rather than taking the bag, which will be really cool. But we'll see. What do you think of JDG roster after Ruler leaving? I have no idea. Like if they pick up like Gala or something, I think they can pick up right where they left off. If they're going with like another rookie, like they did before with like Leave, or I mean, EDG was the one that did that. But if they're gonna go with a rookie AD carry, I don't know. It might JDG might just like not be a contender again for a few years. It really depends on who they pick up. If they go for another Korean AD carry, maybe they try to bring in Guma. Maybe they try to pull. I mean, I don't even know Viper. I guess you could try to pull Viper. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Uh, where's the Faker jungle rumor coming from? It is coming from, I think. Ooh, that sounds absurd. I think it was. Let me think. This was back when he had his little episode where he was like banging his head on the wall, and like people kind of overreacted to that. A couple weeks after, I think I saw Rich or maybe Monte Cristo. Let me look. Faker roll Swap to jungle. I mean, a quick YouTube search should find me what I'm thinking of. Uh, no, I can't find it. I could definitely find it. It just might take me a little bit of time. Um, yeah, I'll look for it and then I'll maybe tomorrow or something I will shoot that link so that I have it ready. But I think it was one of those shows that Monte Cristo goes on. I'm not sure what show it is though. I think it may have been Rich's Wrath's show. Our T1 paid little or something. Not that I know of, but I mean, salary cap is coming in, which means all the players are gonna get paid less. So I don't know. I think that like the salaries are going down. Faker is reported to make a lot of money though, so I think Faker is paid well. I think all the other players are paid well, but it's just like it's not like LPL used to pay like $11 million for JDG or something crazy like that. Yeah, it's just somehow at World they always have everyone's number. The power of Genshin, bro. I know, right? But at MSI with double Elim, they can't get it done. I mean, even when it was single Elim, they only won MSI once, right? Or did they win twice? Wait, let me check. MSI 2016. Who won? Okay, I'm pretty sure T1 won MSI 2016, right? Yes, T1 beat. Okay, 2017. They also won, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they won it twice, and then they lost in the finals in 2022. Yeah, so they won it twice. They won, and then they lost it twice. Obviously, in 2015, they lost twice. So they're 2-2 for finals at MSI. Um, Before it was double Elam. They've actually never made it to finals ever since it became double Elam. But then Faker was like, "Oh yeah, T1 is the past, present, and future." That dude, that is so insane. It would be amazing if the roster completely changes. Maybe Faker even role swaps. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? And then they just continue to making it to every finals. Like they just continue destroying every other player. It's so sad, man. Like imagine you're Chovy, imagine you're Viper, imagine you're all these players who want to win worlds, and Faker's like, no, no, no. These next 10 years, they're all mine. All these trophies sucks for you. All these teams that want to make it to finals, no, you don't. You don't get to. It's mine, dude. That's just unfair, man. Yeah, it feels like T1 can't keep winning every time with all the star power centered on Faker is too much. If he leaves, it feels even worse. Like SOL will lose a lot of viewers. What like we're SOL? What is SOL? Sons of Loss? I don't know what SOL stands for actually. Need some new rising stars to take the faker man to take the mantle. Yes, I agree. Whether it's Chovy, Nightbin, whatever, someone needs to contend for the new gen. I think, yeah. What if Faker moves to jungle and Chovy goes to T1? There's no way. There's no way. Is Chovy under contract at Genji? Where's Genji? Genji. Oh snap! Chovy's contract ends. Oh my god. Out of luck? Oh, okay, I understand. Dude, oh my god. Maybe you broke the code, Pandy. What if Faker goes jungle? They bring in Keen top. Wait, is Keen's contract ending? It is. You bring in Keen top, Faker jungle, Chovy mid lane, Ruler 80 carry, carry a support. What team, what universe, who is challenging this team? Name one team that could, like, you could assemble that could challenge these people. Like, who? Dude, it's so over. It's so over for the LCK. Faker's gonna win like the next 3 international tournaments for 3 years. It's not good that Faker dominates so much because if you think of like other sports, there's always someone else. Even LeBron, he has Steph Curry, like KD at some point. Like there's always these stars that have so much fandom behind them that even if one like Kobe Bryant retires, there's LeBron who just coming up in Miami and stuff. There's always someone to take the mantle. And it feels like right now, Chovy is set up to take the mantle, but he just can't because he keeps losing. He needs to beat Faker at the world stage. He needs to win a world championship. He won MSI, he won LCK, he's almost there, but he's not there yet. He needs to win worlds in order to take that mantle so that people can become Chovy fans. Genji plus T1 fusion. Yeah, exactly. Plus ruler. BLG. Okay. All right. Let's think. BLG. Would BLG beat that team? I think BLG would be the best team to try and fight them for sure. But like, Ruler had BLG's number when he was on JDG last year. And Chovy beat BLG twice this year. He beat Knight. Like he's not gonna lose. I don't know. I agree with you, sure. BLG is like if they keep this roster, it's probably one of the stronger ones, especially if they get maybe the import like get a different jungler. Um that could definitely help them because they were struggling between Jun and Wei. Like I don't know what they're doing next year. So I see what you're saying. I definitely do. Also, I keep forgetting about Twitch. Okay, no one's actually on Twitch. That's fine. You don't think Bin could do that? Okay. Hey, Church of Many, welcome to the stream. Do I think BLG? I think BLG is the best suited team. I still wouldn't favor BLG though. Like Chovy, Ruler, Keen, Faker, and Carrier. That's an insane team. I don't think they could ever have that team, by the way, just because of salary cap. Like, there's no way that team happens. But I think that team probably wins World. Like, BLG plays well at T1, like T1 does. Well in Worlds, like T1 does. Yes, they do. They do. I mean, okay. Yes, it'll be close. Like, it won't be like T1 back in 2015 where literally nobody could touch them. It won't be like that. I guess Ku Tigers at the time, GE Tigers, sure. It won't be like impossible, but it'd be very difficult. Like T1 would be definitely the favorites. They would have okay. Chovy is amazing at macro. Like he's one of the shot callers, him and Lehends. Faker is an amazing leader. You have two amazing leaders. If you know anything about Korean structure, like they are going to integrate well. You have Keen, who is a really good top laner, assuming Zeus leaves. Most well-rounded, plays very well into Ruler style. Ruler wants to hard carry. Keen is the type of player you want when you have a superstar carry like Ruler. And you have Keria, who's an amazing support. Like you just have so much synergy with that team already from how they are able to play. Yeah, I don't know. That's if I'm okay, if I'm like Genji Arnold or something, I would do my best to prevent that team from existing. Because if that team exists, like who am I getting mid lane that's gonna challenge Chovy? Zeka? Like, sure he won one title against Chovy, but before that he was like 10-1 against Chovy or something crazy. There's no one that like it's pretty much Faker and Chovy that's been running the scene. I guess Showmaker you could try. I don't know, man. It's hard. Do you think Zeus, if he wins, will be the best top laner of all time? That was actually a question asked to Zeus. Will he be the best top laner of all time? I don't think so. He's lost too much in order to be the best top laner of all time. If you think of Zeus, how many times did he play poorly into Doran, right? Like, if you think of all the tournaments that he's won, he's played in 6 LCK splits on this roster, right? He's played 7 international tournaments, and he's lost how many of them? He won 2 so far. I guess technically 3 if you count EWC, right? So 3 out of 7. But he lost international events. He lost 5 out of 6 LCK. Even one of them, he didn't even make it to the finals. So I don't know. It's kind of hard. So who's better? Hey, Kyle. Well, the first person that comes to mind is Bin, right? Now you could say, oh, last year Bin lost over and over again. He did win on RNG on 2020. If we're just comparing 2022, let's go to Bin's page because I think that's the person most people can compare. Bin Law. So 2022 on RNG, he beats Zeus in the finals. 2022 summer, he plays on Billy. So there's 3 splits he doesn't win, and then he won 2. So he won 3 splits in total. He won 1 MSI, and he's trying to win 1 Worlds. It's close. Bin is good. Yeah, I think Bin is probably the biggest competition, just because he's more consistent than Zeus. Zeus has had really bad finals. Bin has not had bad finals. Even when they get stomped by JDG, he is the one that is like giving them a life. Like playing against Gen G, for example, at MSI finals, that Oriana playing him and Knight, Camille Oriana, like both of them flash. That was beautiful. We've never seen anything like that. Bin is actually a super carry. And I think it's hard for Zeus to like match up to that. I don't think it's like that big of a difference now that I'm saying it out loud. It's not that big, especially if you look at like accolades. It's really not that big. Bin has two more domestic titles, and Zeus has one more international title. And he could tie him right now. Bin could tie Zeus. So it's actually quite close. Maybe if Zeus beats Bin finally in a final, then we can say like yes, he's better, but he's definitely in the argument. Sure. He's definitely in the argument. Hmm. Who else could you put in the best top laners of all time? I mean, there's been people like the Shy in the past. He's just fallen off so much, but the years that the Shy was on top was like amazing. Um, Smeb is like up there too. Smeb is phenomenal. One of the best top laners of all time. Unfortunately, he didn't win Worlds, but like he's definitely one of the better top laners. Um, Impact. Okay, I'm just gonna say on debating everything on the show that I do for LCS after LCS days, I made the argument that Huni is better than Impact. That should tell you how much I don't think Impact isn't the top laner of the world. Nonetheless, the LCS. Also, we saw Impact this year. We saw what happened. We saw Impact has finished ninth twice on two separate teams, on two separate super teams. He's finished ninth as the reigning champion on Team Liquid back in 2020 spring. He finished ninth on a super team with Prince, Vikla, Vulcan, and Spica back in 2023 summer. I'm just saying, Zeus and Bin have never finished ninth. I'm just saying. All I can remember is Bin somehow beating Zeus at the Jax versus Gragas matchup. Zeus has great accolades, but how do you lose that? Okay, okay. Bin wins so many matchups he shouldn't win. Like Bin is actually insane. I don't think like you recognize how crazy Bin mechanically is in lane and how much pressure. I've talked to pro players about playing against Bin, and they'd be like, it's like he just doesn't let you breathe. There's no oxygen when you play against Bin. Every movement he does is strategically done in order to choke you. He's like his hands are around your neck and he's slowly just crushing your throat. So yeah, I'm not surprised that Zeus can lose a winning matchup to Bin. It's Bin, right? I just joined. Who's this about? Yo, you. Yeah. So someone asked who's my goat top laner, and is Zeus the best top laner we've ever had? And I think I was making the argument for Bin. I'm a little bit more convinced by Bin versus Zeus instead of Zeus, but I do think it's close. Who do you have, Bin or Zeus? Also. Oh crap! I almost broke my phone. I did want to say that I took a picture. Pandy, if you're still here, Pandy is Andy. And who else? Shinji isn't here. Flower Can't Bloom isn't here. We made predictions on what the viewership would be for T1 versus Gen G. I said 5.2 million. Shinji said 6 million, at least 6. Pandy said 6, and Flower Can't Bloom said 5.5. I was the closest. It was 4.98, basically 5 million. I was the closest, but the thing is, it didn't go to game 5. I'm pretty sure if it goes to game 5, it's at least 5.5 million. But yeah, we kind of all overshot. But I just wanted to mention that because I almost forgot. Um, Boya. Well, yeah, it does look stressful playing against Bin. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Bin can do that consistently. What do you mean, Kyle? I'm sorry, I missed. I forgot what I said. What can he not do consistently? Definitely Bin. Yeah, I take Bin if a team in my team. If I were to make a team, yeah. So that's actually an amazing dude. You gave me an awesome idea. So my friends and I, we were planning on doing like it didn't hit 5 mil. No, unfortunately it didn't. It would have definitely if you went to game 5. Like it would have been like 5.5 at least, but it didn't go to game 5. So Um, I do want to make a draft of the LCS. So like once rosters are kind of confirmed, we're gonna do this thing. Me and my friends, we're just gonna all be GMs, and we're gonna have like a huge draft, and we're gonna try to make our own teams. I think that could be fun. And then I'm gonna try to get an LCS expert, and I'm gonna be like, hey, assuming FlyQuest and Team Liquid are keeping their roster, here are all the other players. Give me 6 competitive rosters, or 5, because there's one LLA team, maybe even just 4, because the other team is like a guest team. So yeah, just give me 4 competitive teams with all the players remaining, and I want to see how like this expert is going to like handle personalities and like what kind of coaching staff you want and stuff like that. So I think that could be really cool exercise. The idea that you gave me, Pandy, is like, why don't we actually do that for like LPL? Like make 5 super competitive teams for the LPL, or have like a draft where 2 players have to, or 3 or 4 people have to draft players from LPL. But you need LPL experts. You could do it for LCK. There's a lot more people that watch LCK. I think that's something that could be really fun on the off season when like roster rumors are happening. You can do some like fun little thing that's not like, oh my god, BLG went like stayed on. Sorry, no, Bin moved from BLG to GG. Like besides roster rumors and stuff like that, you could do some fun stuff. So I am looking to do stuff like that. Hey, grab Cubby for the LCS expert. All right, all right. I'll hit Cubby up. I'll hit him up. Wait, hold up. Cubby, 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 Cubby. Cubby. All right. Honestly, I think he'd be down. I'd be surprised if he wasn't down. Definitely Ben. Dang didn't hit 5 million. Yeah, for that reason, plus how much work Ben has to do as a carry his team. Meanwhile, Zeus is surrounded by all his great teammates that happen to show up at Worlds like they just got an Addy prescription. Well, okay, in Zeus's in Bin's defense, On is having quite an off tournament, and they're having like jungle problems. Well, I guess that's saying what you were saying. I was gonna say like I feel like domestically Zeus has less to work with than Bin, because domestically BLG were monsters, and domestically T1 were not monsters. And like last year's spring, this year's spring, they kind of struggled. So I don't know. I feel like no, I'm just saying what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with you. Ben and Zeus are so young. 04 and 03? Wait, really? I mean, Ben is 03, but Zeus is 04? Zeus Law. Uje. Oh my god. January 31st, 2004. Dude, this guy's a baby. Dude, this guy was in the World Finals 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when he was like 18 or 17. He was 18, and he made it to World Finals. 18, 19, 20. That's crazy. That's crazy. So grab Cubby for the Cubby. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Cubby for that. I was actually the first person I thought was I was gonna get a scout, like an actual person who does this for a living. I was thinking of getting what is his name? Leota. There we go, Leota. Um, but then maybe I grab Cubby instead. I feel like Cubby might really enjoy it. Maybe I get both of them and have them draft against each other. That would be cool. Or how about a dream team draft from the whole world? I feel like those have been done before, Pandy, and I feel like those are like quite easy to make. I feel like the appeal of like a draft or trying to make 4 competitive teams is you don't want to stack all the teams on top. You don't want like all the best players on T1 and Gen G, and then like the rest of the other 4 teams kind of suck. You want to spread that talent out so they're all like competitive teams and they can push each other forward. That's my idea, right? Oh, Piero. You know that it's flamingo. I got it from Brazil. Oh, my wife got it for me when we were in Brazil. I'm not a flamingo fan. Okay, in soccer, okay, my sister-in-law is a big flamingo fan. So when we're playing, like when I'm watching, when I'm at their house or something, she's watching flamingo. She's like, well, the, we're watching them play. I will cheer. Honestly, I won't cheer for flamingo. I'll cheer against them just because I want to tease her. Um, but yeah, I am. I'm surprised that you noticed. I'm assuming you're Korean. Sorry, not Korean, Brazilian. Think about Pays and Zeus age trips me out, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. These kids are like babies. These kids, some of them are not even 18. Lehends is T1 fanboy. Piero, ¿por qué? Why do you think Lehends is a T1 fanboy? You mean like, oh, he entered on purpose so that they would win? What? Um, do you agree with Chovy's build in most of the games versus T1, like Grasp, Leandri's Ari? I personally think it's kind of weird. Well, okay. Chovy's the best laner in the world. Now, that doesn't mean he can't make mistakes, but if he felt like the playstyle that would allow him the best chance of winning is going Grasp, who am I to disagree with that? I would leave that to the experts. We've seen other players play Grasp Ari, so oh, you're here, Flower. Yeah, so no one won. We were all wrong. I was the closest. I said 5.2 was 4.98, which is basically 5. You said 5.5, if I'm not mistaken. I just checked earlier. But yeah, it was que pena, mano. Okay, Russell. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Also, Flower and Piero, welcome to the stream. Kyle as well. I think I got you, Kyle, earlier. I don't know. I don't know about those builds. Like, those builds do look a little bit weird, but it looked like it was working. I mean, he was shoving Faker in. He was doing fine. So as long as it's working, I don't think the build lost him the game. I think what lost them the game, game 4, was Pays not flashing a point blank Skarner ult. They killed Ari. They just like decided to die. I think that's what kind of lost them that game 4. I don't remember games 1 and 3 in that much detail, so I can't remember a lot of why they lost. Oh, game 1 was the Baron. Okay, Chovy had a really bad Silas play on that Baron. When T1 was sneaking the Baron, Chovy goes in, steals the ultimate, doesn't use it, doesn't Zhonya's, doesn't flash, doesn't do anything, and then dies. Because he gets like chain CC'd. That was pretty bad. That was not Chovy-esque. That was pretty bad. Agreed. Um, would you keep Jun or Wei for BLG? If not, would you take Milky Way or steal a Tian? Okay, I'm a Tian fanboy. I would bring Tian in a heartbeat. But the thing with Jun versus Wei is that Jun is playing how Wei was playing as back in LPL, and Wei was kind of underperforming. But Wei, we have seen him like overperform, right? Like, um, back in what's it called? Back on RNG, right? When he played with Bin and he won World, not Worlds, when he won MSI, like he's a really good, solid player, and I don't know that I mean, I think the reason they brought him was like he has synergy with Bin, and they were playing very heavily towards Bin and topside. So I can understand having Wei, but I feel like Jun has been doing that just as fine. I personally would keep Jun if I had to pick, because I feel like he has adapted to the playstyle that BLG want, which is, hey, we're not only gonna play for Elkan On, we're gonna play for everyone else. But again, I would kind of trust the coaching staff to do that. I feel like that's a really hard decision to make outside, not knowing the factors. Also, not speaking. I don't speak Chinese. All I can say is "Woshi Cloud, Woshi Miguojin." Like that. That's all I know. So yeah, I can't really tell the inner workings of the team. As I can, for example, on Team Liquid, I know Core GG is the leader. I know Impact is the rock. I know what Yon and APA's role are. So it's different. Um, Damn, we could have hit it if we went to 5. Yes, I think we would have hit at least 5.5 million if we went to 5 games. The Faker glazing has been ridiculous. I saw on Reddit people were saying Faker is the GOAT because he dropped 2 CS to hit a vision. I saw that. I was like, oh my god, look at Faker. He went and hit a Skyre's broom so that Pike could go in without people seeing. I was just like, dude, he's clearing vision. What player on the world stage is not clearing vision for his team? Like, come on. I thought that was kind of silly for Pike. Yeah, people legitimately were saying that's why he's better than Chovy. I didn't, dude. I saw that as the title, and I just moved on. Because even last year, I remember, or like earlier this year in spring, they were talking about Faker. Like, oh my god, look at Faker. He hit a CS when he wasn't supposed to. Or no, 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 it was against. I can't remember who it was against. Maybe G2 at MSI, and they were like, Faker was playing Oriana, and it was like, look at how he made it impossible. The reason G2 lost that inted was because he mind controlled it. Basically, it was like Faker just mind controlled him with his mouth movement or something crazy like that. Just insane. I love how people are so passionate about him, but it's hilarious to me to see stuff like that. It's just crazy. But I feel like Grasp Leandri's Ari is like I want to have impact and teamfight build. Nut. It's counterintuitive to Chobi's playstyle, at least from my view. I mean, Chobi was there for every single team fight. It's not like he side laned. It's not like he was on Tristana side laning. I don't know. He was there for every single dragon, every single baron. I don't think he played side lanes like he did, for example, back in spring. So I don't know. Genji threw all their games low key. I think game one they threw. Game four was a ginormous throw. Was the worst throw probably. I don't remember game three to be honest. I think game three T1 had like a really solid lead, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember though. Surreal again just fed every game in the series. Just like the games against Fly in which he played poorly. So people were saying, I did comment because people were just flaming Chovy. So I was like, are we gonna pretend like Lehends didn't int? Are we gonna pretend like Pace didn't flash? Are we gonna pretend like Pace didn't kill 3 people, chose to chase a Gragas, didn't get the Gragas kill, and like we're gonna blame Chovy? Are we gonna say that? Like, did Chovy play perfectly? No. But was he the reason they lost that series? Absolutely not. Put the blame on where it deserves. And so I pointed out Lehends, and people were just saying like, oh, the reason Lehends was dying a lot was because his team wasn't helping him. He was going to get vision, no one was around him, and he was dying like a dog. I was like, why is he getting vision by himself? Why doesn't he wait for his team? Like, I don't know. I felt like the blame was a little too much. Uh, where was I? Canyon wasn't bad this series, mostly. I do have to ask why build CDR on Nocturne instead of damage if we don't ult. Yeah, I feel like everybody just builds Hexblade, and I agree he could have won Stridebreaker. Honestly, Nocturne was just not it. Nocturne pick was just bad. That game, Nocturne Ari, I don't know why they're so like Oriana was up. Play Oriana. It's Chovy. He's so good at Ori. People literally, I've seen like every pro watches Chovy's Ari because of how amazing he is at spacing and playing. I've watched some of Chovy's VODs and I'm like, man, how does he play that? He's so good at Oriana. I don't know. They could have just played it. You think BLG keep the whole roster? If they lose, ooh. No. If they lose, I think they change. I think they change their roster. I think they change the roster. At least the jungle. Maybe they try to pick up a TN. Is TN's contract? Let's go to the global database real quick. Let's go to not Brazil, China. TN is on TES, Top Esports. TN, no, yes. So TN's contract does end this year. So maybe they pick up a TN. I don't think they go something crazy like Milky Way or anything like that. But at the very least, they can pick up TN for sure. Uh, where was I? I lost my track. What were your thoughts on Genji drafting? I didn't like the Nocturne game 3. I thought the rest of it, like, I like the fact that they were playing Ashe, Nidalee, Tristana. Like you have the Nidalee is just acting like a steroid to the double 80 carries, and they just always outscale. And that's the thing that Genji do so well. They outscale. So I wasn't surprised when they pulled that out. The fact that they choked their summoner spells and just played poorly, that was surprising. I don't think their drafting was like the reason they lost. I actually legitimately think the reason they lost was because their bottom lane underperformed. I think if their bottom lane performed a little bit better, they take it to game 5. If they played a lot better, like to normal Pays and Lehends level, like Pays was MVP of MSI. The hardest tournament we've ever seen. Probably. Maybe last year MSI was a little bit harder. One of the hardest tournaments ever in LoL esports history in terms of competitiveness. And he was the MVP of that. We didn't see his blitzcrank at all. We didn't see him playing. Like there was no confidence in him. I don't know, man. The thing. Okay, here's my issue with Ruddy Esports. His interview is not going to have anything to do with the game. I want to know what he was thinking, why he did what he did. Like I want to know about Lehends at that moment. And unfortunately, we're not going to get it. And like in his defense, it's his style. And also, like I did a Keen interview and I only asked a couple questions about the games because he was really, really down. And I didn't want to keep asking. So there is that as well. I don't know. It's complicated, I guess. Oh wow, the chat is moving quite fast. I don't know if Milky Way fits BLG style. I don't know. Would rather put him with some great supportive mid lane. Yeah, he was great with Care. Faker Glaze is like LeBron level Glaze right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Some delusional takes. It's crazy. The problem with so much Faker glazing and like praising Faker for things he's not doing, things that don't deserve praise, is you're taking away from when he does deserve praise. When he does these amazing things, when he had these amazing eras, we don't get to celebrate them properly because you're celebrating everything. He breathes through his nose. Oh my god, look at that breathing movement. Oh my god, I just saw what you wrote, Pierre. That's why I said it. Faker's mouth movement outplay. Like, no, let's call amazing plays when he does them. That's why the Azir play was amazing last year. Because no one else does that. But if we just praise everything, then nothing's worth praising. That's pretty much where I'm at with the whole Faker issue. Um, Also, he limit tested versus Chovy and lost Flash for nothing. It looked cool, and Faker is the GOAT, but that's not the reason he's the GOAT. Exactly, yeah. It's like you have to figure out why he's the GOAT. Choki went AFK that one early fight in game 3 that lost him the game. I don't remember that fight, but like maybe he didn't team fight one fight, sure, but I don't remember. I don't remember watching. I remember one play that I saw from Chovy that I felt like, what is he doing? Was Silas play game 1 Baron? I was like, what is he doing? Game 2 they won. Game 3 I don't remember that, but game 4 like he played fine. Game 4 he was on the Tristana. He was doing his job. He was getting his CS. Like, Tristana wants 3 items. He got 3 items. He was fighting. They were winning the fight. That's what I want to see from my Chovy. That's like for my Tristana. I don't want her fighting before she has 3 items. So I mean, Team Liquid played that style the whole year, and they went undefeated in LCS regular season. So, oh my god, thank you for saying this because people are acting as if Chovy reverted back to CSV. I love that CSV and was falling throughout the whole lead. Like, do you want him to run it down and lose in 20 instead of 30? Yeah, like he really wasn't the reason they lost. He wasn't the reason they won. I mean, they didn't win anyways, but like he wasn't. Well, he wasn't Poppy game 4, for example, where he was like willing them. He was like, I am going to outplay everything in order to win this game. He wasn't Keen game 4 for sure, but he wasn't like bad. He was better than he was in the FlyQuest series. He played better. The Limitless versus Trophy wasn't that bad because he fixed his wave state, even if he lost Flash for it. Did he? No, the wave was like near his tower, wasn't it? I thought the wave was pretty good for him. I don't remember me, but I thought the wave was fine for him. Oh, it was pushing it. It was pushing away. You're right. It was pushing away, so you have to push it in. No, was it pushing in or out? I don't remember. I think it was close to his tower, but I don't remember if it was close to his tower pushing away or pushing in. I'd have to rewatch it. Choki? Yeah, I guess. Lehends is bad. He's not bad. He's a really good player. He just had a bad tournament. He had 2 bad best of 5s. He couldn't hit Challenger in Korea, I think? He was in GM? I don't know if that's true. Really? Nocturne's biggest bait of Worlds? Also, we didn't get to see Lehends Blitz? Yeah, I was sad no Blitz. Feels like those are kind of picks he excels on. Especially game 3, I felt they could have just won Blitz, but they didn't. They're on red side. They could have protected the Blitz. Like, in general, you want to be red side with Blitz because you get to make sure you get a good matchup for Blitz. And if I'm not mistaken, they had a Blitz angle. They just didn't want to do it. Maybe they were nervous or something. Ezreal is a terrible champion. Hard to hit all those skills unless you're Elk. If you're Elk, you get to play Ezreal. If you're anyone else, you don't get to play Ezreal. I agree, though. Being the best as AD carry doesn't change too much if you're playing against Guma. Support makes much difference. Yeah, that's true. Support is pretty big. Yeah, support matters so much in how AD carry goes in the game. Yo, Ibor Kudim, long time no see. Welcome. It's so funny seeing Faker get caught, his teammates clean up, and people glazing him for a 200 IQ 5-man bait. Imagine Pace flashes Skarner ult. They kill Skarner, they get Baron, they finish the game, they win the game. People are like, oh my god, what was Faker doing? Why was he there? He had ult, he had flash, he had everything, he didn't use any of it, got caught by Poppy and died. Imagine like how different it would be. He had a great series, but people acting like he's incapable of making mistakes. Yeah. Visali Lafia? I welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, I don't know if I said that correctly, but Faker will pop out of your wardrobe. Oh snap. Do you guys want to see what's in there? I could open it, make sure Faker's not in there. Yeah, but he was 1 HP with no TP. It was pretty cool. I will admit, like, I would be so scared. Yeah, I guess if he was 1 HP, no TP, like he backs, Chovy pushes the wave, and then it pushes back into him. And like, yeah, he's screwed. Faker has the God aura. It's psychological threat for any enemy he's playing against. That is probably true. Faker probably has a God aura. People are scared. Nocturne was set up for Twitch. That's why T1 banned it. But then why don't you pick Twitch and Nocturne 2-3? If you're going to pick the Twitch, like don't let it go 4-5. I remember people were like thinking he might ban the Ezreal or the Twitch, and they ended up banning the Twitch over the Ezreal. Faker didn't get caught. It was a plan all along. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. It definitely wasn't his plan. You saw how panicked in the voice comms they sounded when Faker died. So I don't think it was the plan. Yuna didn't win this time. Won't forget Chovy in spring playoffs. Might be one of the highest peaks ever seen. Oh, dude, yes, that was an amazing game. Chovy in spring playoffs was freaking amazing. Absolutely. Honestly, even in summer, he played quite well. Finals, I feel like it was Pays underperforming that lost in that game, and Viper like outclassing Zeka playing really well. Peanut had an amazing game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did you see the game tease? It would give me absolutely, dude. Kudos to the Riot team that are doing these teasers. They are so good. The one between Faker and the moment where Faker and Chovy are just talking, and Chovy is like, "I'm going to rush in a new era. If you want to be the best, you have to beat Faker." And then Faker is like, "Yeah," he didn't say yeah or whatever. He's like, um, if you wanna bring in a new era, prove it." And then Faker wins. Dude, that's just that's so cold. I am putting that by the way in my T1 video. After this is over, I really doubt T1 is staying together. So I'm currently working on a video that covers 2022 from the beginning of spring all the way until the end of 2024 Worlds of T1, just the story and like all the teasers and stuff. That is a line that I love. Dude, the Golden Road. 제가 막겠습니다. I will stop it. Like I will stop the Golden Road. That line right there, I have that in the video. It's so good, dude. Faker is just so good. No wonder he's the face of League of Legends. Um, I hate how one series I hate once you're like this can essentially decide your career. Suddenly, everyone starts calling Lehends terrible when he was the best support all year long. Yeah, that's true, Kite. Yo, hello, Kite. Same thing happened to Tarzan. It sucked. I don't think anyone said Tarzan is bad this year. No. Oh, you mean last year? Yes, last year. Okay, he had one back 3 games against T1, against T1 as well, and yeah, it was gonna suck. The recency bias is crazy, man. That's true. That's kind of why I like talking and figuring out the history of players, especially when I'm talking to them in the interviews. Like in the Keenan interview, I brought back some stuff from 2023, from 2018 when he was still on a Freak of Freaks and like comparing stuff. I like to bring out the history because I specifically mentioned there was no reason for me to mention that he was the top right. Like he was the national top laner. He made it to Asia Games. Like there's no reason for me to mention that. But I wanted to remind everyone like he was this rookie that came out swinging, and people were like, "Oh wow, he's our nationals top laner" and stuff like that. I wanted to like bring in perspective of history, and that's like something that I feel like we can do this on this channel where we can really bring in these perspective and remember, and not just have recency bias. The Zeus flank in the last fight was gonna crush Pays Ash regardless. Dude, Jax was not strong back then. The thing is, you had Leona next, not Leona. He had Lehends next to him, and Poppy like Poppy just comes and beats up Jax. I think, or like I don't know. I feel like Jax wasn't gonna be able to do much. Maybe I have to rewatch it. Reddit is fully pushing. Oh, I missed this by Ibu Kudim. Reddit is fully pushing the narrative that Choki just AFK farmed all year and no skill champs, by the way. People don't realize Dow played Chovy like this undermines Faker's finally overcoming this year. That's the other thing. When you say everybody is bad, guess what? That just means that Faker isn't great. He's just good. Everyone else is bad. He's good. There's no great players. But when he beats Knight last year on JDG, after losing to them, by the way, in MSI, when he beats what's it called? When he beats Genji this year after losing them multiple times in finals, when if he beats BLG, that just shows you his legacy because he's beating amazing players, not these chokers and like no, he's playing against the best teams in the world. He's just freaking Faker. I agree. The Zeus flank, Corki, Smolder, Tristana meta. Yeah, I mean those are hard to play though. Dude, Tristana, Smolder, Corki. Okay, Corki maybe not so much, but Smolder, Tristana. Okay, Tristana requires a lot of mechanics, I would say. Just farming champs in mid, not much hard skill needed. I think it's a skill, by the way, being able to get farm on the side lanes and not get caught and die. Most people die. That's why Chovy always has a lot high CS, because he knows how to not do it. Would you see replacing Faker if he retires? T1 Chovy will be fire? I think it would be. I don't know who they bring in. I have no idea. I can't imagine a world where T1 doesn't have Faker. I can't. I don't know who you bring in next. I really don't. Tell me you only watch Worlds without telling me you want you only watch Worlds? Because of the farm, yeah. Phil Choi, the goat who makes all the teasers. Really? Wait, hold up. I will catch up to all the comments, but let me go to Twitter. Phil Choi, Korean, Australian, German director, two-time Emmy. Okay, I am currently following the man. Our team poured our heart. Oh snap, he was the one. Thank you so. Who made that comment? Can I like star someone's comment or something? No, I guess I can't. But thank you for letting me know who does that. Maybe I can even reach out to him over the off season and just talk to him about like the process of producing these amazing trailers and stuff. Faker could never penetrate his door's defense. This man is a door engineer. Unbreachable defenses? I was so confused as to what you're talking about. But yes, I am a door engineer, and I don't think Faker could outmaneuver the amount of latches and locks and seals that I can manufacture. Unbreachable, absolutely. Faker might be an unstoppable object, but I have an immovable wall. I can't wait for Pace to reach his peak. It's crazy. 19 with 3 LCK titles, 1 MSI. He does poorly in big tourneys. He did fine in MSI, I think. But it's probably just inexperience and bad mental. Probably. I mean, it's the second year. He needs more time. I only watch Worlds in some game from my region, by the way. Your region is Brazil, right? That's my guess. Piero. BLG versus T1 shatter viewer records? Absolutely, absolutely. Probably the most hyped finals in a long time. Yes, more hype than Weibo last year. Everybody knew T1 was going to win. More hype than T1 versus DK coming into it because everyone thought T1 was going to win. Obviously, it didn't turn out that way, and it was very hype, and it was amazing. That game 5 was just electric. But this one's going to have a lot more expectations. At least 100% of pre-world games were just Corki, Smolder, and Trist mid. Literally, that's everyone though. That in summer, but spring, no, it wasn't like that. If you only watch Worlds, I'm genuinely curious how you're forming opinions on Chobi's domestic performance. I think G2 will win Worlds next year. User, I'm not gonna say I know what you're doing. D something. I think G2 will win Worlds next year. With the roster that they have reported with Skumond and Lebrov, I don't buy it. But maybe they win one international tournament. I don't know about Worlds. Let's not just parrot community narratives. Out of curiosity, was Keen chosen over the Shy in 2018? Wasn't. Why was Keen chosen over the Shy in 2018 spring? I don't think the Shy was doing too well in spring. I know they ended up ramping up. They lost to RNG, and then in the summer they really picked it up. They still lost to RNG in the finals somehow, but I don't remember. It's been way too long. I would like to actually go back and revisit that. Interesting. That could be a premise for a video. I didn't mean to refer to Chobi specifically, just saying the mid meta was just 80 carry farmer timing. Yeah, it really was. I feel like an NA team will win MSI next year and G2 will win Worlds after that. I think NA is going to really level up next year. Assuming that we make it to Worlds, because who knows, we don't even have a guaranteed spot. The international tournaments, but I think more international play with FlyQuest, D2, and TL being strong, I think should elevate us. I wouldn't be surprised if we win something. I'm with you there, user. I think the only mage-like champion was Oriana when played with Nocturne in some games. Yeah, I think the other comp was Aurora, Ari, and Nocturne. The three of them were like a really solid pairing. And pretty much, I think they won every single game that those three were played together. But again, it's Aurora as well, so who knows? Waiting for BLG T1 teaser. Me too. Field Toy the goat. Absolutely, dude. I need to message this guy. I need to get this guy on the show. Just talk to him. Like, who does the scripting? Who does like what do you guys do? Like, how does the process go? How long does it take? I just want to know everything about this thing. It's so cool. I can see why you might think 80 carry farmer chairs might not be skill, but I guarantee you they're quite hard to play. Yeah, especially when you're a mid laner, you're not trained to play 80 carries. If they were easy to play, then Faker would have been great in AD mid meta. Most people weren't great in AD mid meta. Look at what Jensen did, right? It's not a testament to the difficulty of AD mid that the GOAT Faker struggled to play them. Hayes is still 18 until December. Dang. But to be honest, it should be his peak. There's no way. He played Worlds. Oh, no. He didn't. Never mind. He was 17 then. But to be honest, this should be his peak, or could be really reality of LoL esports. Is that most people peak within a year or two? You're right. Well, I think Keen is peaking right now and has been like, what, 6 years? 7 years. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, I mean, most people do peak in the beginning. You're right. Yo, Mike L, welcome. I feel like we're getting the 2023 finals we were all expecting, which would have been such a banger. Yeah, absolutely. This is the real finals that we haven't had like a real finals moment since when was the last time we had like, oh, this is the real finals? We haven't had that in a long time because 2023 people were we were like JDG versus T1 is the real finals. 2022 T1 versus Gen G, not Gen G, sorry. T1 versus Dom1 was the real finals, and they were just gonna stomp DRX. And then 2021 it was supposedly Gen G versus T1. Sorry, not Gen G versus T1. T1 versus Dom1 again. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's the real finals," and then EDG won. So yeah, the last time we've had like the real finals in finals has been a while. That's true. That's a good point, Mike L. I know, but their playstyle are very different than classic mid range. Syndra, Oris, Akali. Yeah, most people. Yeah, yes, they're a different style. I do think they're somewhat boring, but they are now meaning no skill. Agreed. Which is why I hate players like Fake God still in LCS. No comment. Just wanted to clear that up. Yeah, Lucian mid I think is hard. Did we see Xiaohu's Lucian mid? I'm just saying, maybe I could play that. No, he's like one of the best Lucian players in the world, and he just had a bad game. Yo, MGL, welcome, welcome. How you doing, man? If AD carry mids were so easy to play, then Yagao wouldn't have looked completely useless here. Dude, Yagao looked so bad. I'm sorry. Yagao looked so bad. I feel bad. I like Yagao. But yeah, hot take. It TL should grab Sturdy, even though Impact was a summer MVP. An integral to the system, and grab Ruler as well. I love Yon. Okay, let's talk about the Sturdy point, and then we can talk about Yon. Okay, what did Sturdy give you that Impact doesn't? So you have to think of teams. The way okay, you don't have to. The way I think of teams is you want certain things in a team. You want a leader. You want someone that's super solid and super like dependable and reliable. And then you want your carries around that, your rookies. So let's talk about what FlyQuest did, and then we'll get to Team Liquid. FlyQuest had Inspired, your leader, and your rock. You're super stabilized. They brought Jensen as well, who is supposed to be like a rock and a very stable player who's not going to be super flashy. Right? You have your stable, and then they brought AD carry, and they brought a super volatile, like an 80 bottom lane that's supposed to grow, and a top laner that adds volatility to the game so that you can actually win. Let's look at Team Liquid. What do? They brought in Core JJ, who's their leader. They brought in Impact, who's their rock, and then they brought in carries that are supposed to develop in APA and Yon. Now, if you remove Surdy, do you have enough stability? I think APA right now, could you consider him someone who's stable? I think so. I feel like he's learned so much from Impact and Core that he'd probably be fine without Impact. I just don't know that he's learned everything he needs to. That's my only thing. I don't know if he's learned everything that he needs to, but honestly, you might not be wrong. They might actually pick up Surdy. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I'm not. I would love for this Team Liquid roster to keep the same roster because I believe in like 2-year projects over 1-year projects, but I don't know that it's actually going to happen. And if they did pick up Surdy, I wouldn't hate it. Now, Ruler, you lost me there, man. Ruler's not coming to NA. It would be amazing to have Ruler and Core, but like if you get rid of Yon, you are like destroying North American development. Like we need these players to stay on the team, stay on the same team, and develop and improve, so that later they can become the own leaders when the other players either retire or move to different teams. So I wouldn't necessarily want to get rid of Yon or APA. That's just my opinion. But that is a hot take. To bring in Surdy over the summer MVP, I think it could make sense. I just don't know that who's going to be teaching Surdy. It's going to be mainly like APA and Core. I guess there's enough there. There's enough structure, and they have like. Do they have a top lane positional coach? I don't think so. But maybe they pick up a top lane positional coach. If they can pick up Soaz, okay. All right. To the many. If they pick up Soaz and then pick up Surdy, Soaz as a positional coach, I can see that being great. I can see that being real good for Team Liquid. I can see that being amazing for Team Liquid. I love AD carries mid. To be honest, I'm sad they're gone. I think you're the only person in mid lane. Playing them is fun, but watching them on the world stage is not that entertaining of an experience. I will say. Okay, if you watch football, don't know if you watch football, but there was a robbery today for Ballon d'Or Vinicius Jr. I saw the fact that like he wasn't gonna show up and like it was kind of spoiled already, and people were like complaining that it's not even a surprise. But I haven't watched football like soccer in many years. The last time I watched was like 2008 or something. So or 15 years ago or something crazy like that. So yeah, I didn't know who. I don't even know who that is. How do you think Faker versus Knight will be? I have no idea. I don't think Faker's gonna struggle too much, but like Knight's gonna win lane, kind of like what Chovy did. But I think Knight is gonna be better in the team fights, and I don't think that Faker will have a great series. I think if they're gonna win, it's gonna be Zeus over Owner, like being absolutely incredible. Guma and Keria just dominating. Like it's gonna be stuff like that. I don't know that we're gonna see Faker or Kali like just like dancing on people, like we saw game 3. Or was that game 1? I don't know. How are TL grabbing Ruler? Why not just sign Chovy too? Screw if you have 2 import slots, just drop Umti. I mean, Ruler is a free agent. You might want to play with Core JJ. Maybe Team Liquid Honda get Honda to double their sponsorships and be like Ruler is a fan favorite and try to do it. I mean, they could try. I'm sure Team Liquid would try. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Picking up Surdy just feels like making a move for the sake of making a move, which is Team Liquid's whole MO. Team Liquid's whole MO is every year, every split, every other day, we're making a move because we can't stay. If we didn't win Worlds, this roster has nothing, no hope, zero, nothing, nada, zilch. It's why I hate Team Liquid. I know you're a Team Liquid fan, Russell. And I would love, I said this multiple times, I will stop hating on Team Liquid. I won't like them, but I will stop hating on them publicly if they keep this roster, keep this 5-man. I will stop hating on Team Liquid right then and there. I don't think it's happening. Um, Picking up 2-year project means nothing if you're not Asian. Sad truth. Yeah, yeah. I can see Ruler going back to LCK. I don't know what team though. KT maybe. Maybe not KT. Dude, Ruler on Genji. You got Keen, Canyon, Chovy, Ruler, Lehends. I don't know, man. Or maybe you pick up Keria. Keria leaves. You pick up Keria. That's a great roster. I don't know. I think we're sleeping on Ruler going back to Genji. Lamau, yeah. Palafox preying on 80 Kara mid downfall. Yeah, poor Palafox, man. Poor Palafox. He literally went from being like, oh, this is the new Bjergsen of our region. Palafox is amazing. Everyone loves Palafox. To like, what the hell? He's the worst mid laner out of. He's not even 8th place, and he's the 8th like or 9th worst mid laner. He's not even 8th place. Yeah, it was pretty bad. É brasileiro mesmo? Oh, não sabia. Todo mundo tá chateado. You know how fanatic Brazil fans can be. That's probably why I saw it on my timeline. It's probably Brazilians that were tweeting about him. Uh, Vinicius Junior. Ele é brasileiro. I didn't know that. Miss playing 80 carries mid. My win rate at Zeri was pretty good. I mean, if you're quad, you can still play Zeri mid. He made it work. I feel like he'll retire after this year. His contract expires after 2024. I don't want to see Faker retire, to be honest. Like, look, he's still making it to Worlds Finals. You know, if he was like losing in quarters or not making it to Worlds, like if he lost against Damwon and then KT and didn't make it to Worlds and he retired, I'd be like, that's one thing. But the fact that he's making it to Worlds Finals 3 years in a row, like, come on, it's not time to retire, bro. You still got some more left in you. Um, I think Keria owner will perform better than Jun on. That's honestly pretty reasonable. But BLG will be very hungry to beat T1. That's the other thing that you cannot doubt about BLG. They will come in like fighters, like monsters. Not like TES were, not like they're going to come in. Bin is going to will them through every single fight. They are going to be like you said, hungry beasts. No shot pays is young, bro. What do you mean? I'm missing what you're saying, Turt. Sorry. I may have said something about pays, but I forgot. Oh yeah, I see. If they bring in Ruler to Genji and you're like, no, they're gonna keep pays, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'd be down for them to keep it. I'd be down for them to rerun the roster. I'm just saying, like, Ruler does have options considering Pays' contract is up. Let me double check, so I'm not a liar. Korea, Genji, Odia. Yeah, everybody on Genji. Their whole roster has their contracts up. Wait, is everybody's contract up? Oh, Faker's contract isn't up, by the way. Someone said Faker's contract is up, but it's up next year in 2025. Who said that? I think it was user. Yeah. His contract ends end of 2025, not 2024. I think he started watching pro. Oh wait, I don't think so. He's the kind of guy who would play competitive even if it's just for fun. Yeah, he's talked about this. Like, why does he keep going? Because it's just so much fun. He's just having fun. Why wouldn't you want to play when you're having so much fun and getting paid millions? I only started watching pro since 2023 World, so this is really the only iteration of TL I've ever seen, besides for the Pioshik team for 1 month. Oh, I see. Well, I will say, thank God. Also, why did you pick Team Liquid if you just started watching pro? I gotta know. Okay, I gotta know. There were some rumors of KDF Super Team with Scout, Kanavi, Ruler. Wait a second. This is a roster I would be down. Okay, Freak of Freak or Kwangdong Freaks or whatever. They have Dudu in the top lane. His contract expires. Youngjae, Taewon, Cuz, the older like Bulldog, all of them, their contracts expire. Everybody on their team. They could just do a clean thing. They could bring in Lehends if Genji like, oh, Lehends inted. They can get rid of Lehends. You have Lehends, Ruler, Scout, Kanavi, and then top lane. Top lane's kind of weak. Maybe if Zeus leaves, you pick up Zeus. Oh my god, I would love to watch that team. That team looks chef's kiss. Like, yeah, KDA cooking with our roster, absolutely. Did you see LS made a video on C9's the next TSM? Yeah, so I feel like I watched the video. I feel like a lot of people are missing what he's saying. He's not saying like C9 are going to become really bad people. He's just saying that TSM used to be able to command every single good player. Every player would take salary cuts to come play on TSM because they wanted to play with Bjergsen. Everybody wanted to play with Bjergsen. And then Bjergsen left, and TSM, like 2023, no one wanted to play on TSM. If you wanted to try and bring a Sword Art or someone like amazing, like a great player, if you wanted to bring in a Sven and a Myth, like no one was going to come to TSM. So you couldn't even build a superstar roster because you were already starting from a disadvantage. Anyone would just like, some people would rather not play than play for TSM. So I think that's what he was getting to. And I feel like a lot of people were taking it as like he's insulting C9, their staff, and it's like, Jack is so much better than Steve, or like, sorry, not Steve, or Jack is so much better than Reggie, and like he would never treat players that way, and blah blah blah. And it's like, and then people were saying, no, he's look at how bad he is. He leaked the thing to Dom, and it's like that's not what he's talking about. At least that's not how I took it. I took it as like, look, once you start have your fall from grace, players are going to want to play on that team, and if you don't have any other pull, like they're just going to pick other teams. So you're never going to get the best players. You're going to have to gamble and try to get like a Shen Yi or a Kaido or whatever. And like it turns out, well, whatever, that was just a scam. But like you're going to have to find some other way. Like maybe with 100 Thieves trying to bring Quid. And he happened to be good, but like it's not easy, right? That guys will win world till he's alive. I know, yeah, he will. Gigabin has got the better of Zeus most matches, but have to feel they will priority ban Gragas to threaten the Jax. I don't know. This pick and ban is going to be one of the most fun pick and bans we've seen, just because both teams have very different prios. They play different things. Mid lane, obviously, Ari. Like there are some champions that everyone just plays, but like we haven't really seen Owner play Xin Zhao, but he plays a lot of Vi. He plays Skarner. We've seen Jun play Kindred. Like we see very different metas happening in front of our eyes. They haven't priored the Ezreal. Elk has been prying Ezreal. They've been letting their AD carries drop and then picking up the Ezreal. Like it's just going to be so different. And I'm really hoping we see Seraphine mid, because Knight has been spamming Seraphine mid. That would be really cool. Basically, if likewise drafts beating T1, that would be really cool. Faker won't retire. He has about the money. I mean, he has all the money he needs. He has all the money he needs. There's a building in Korea named Faker Building. Like he's rich enough, brother. He's got it all. He has ownership of T1 as well. He has like some equity in T1. Like this guy's chilling. He needs no more money. He can make more money. More money is great, but yeah. One of the 3 people he wanted dinner with was the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. I don't know how much of that was a PR answer. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was not the one that answered that question. Someone answered it for him. If that really is who he wants to meet, I'll be like, okay, cool, okay, all right. You're I don't know. I'm gonna give him the I don't know, man. I picked Team Liquid because I got some copium after they almost beat T1. Okay. See, those are the games that make fans. Absolutely. I feel like if that's your first game watching them, it makes sense. I thought it was funny they had a Ziggs one trick. Also, Pioshik was the GOAT of 2022, but you didn't watch in 2022, so I don't know how you're saying. He wasn't even the starter on DRX. They were playing Juhan. He was not the GOAT. I mean, okay, eventually he became the GOAT, yes. But most of 2022 he wasn't. They're always losing a Scout Kanavi coming back to LCK, but they always sign with LNG JDG again. Well, last year in 2023, or was it 2024? I'm forgetting the year, but he did actually sign with KT. He like left, but then apparently, yeah, it must have been 2023 because JD EDG lawsuits happened. That's the reason he wasn't there at the Worlds in the beginning. Like he did try, he did really try, but they didn't let him leave because he signed 2 contracts, which you can't really do. That's not something you can do. Wonder if we get to see Zeus pocket pick Gwen. Dude, a Gwen if they ban Jax or something, that would be really cool. There have been some Gwen angles. People have called it out. They're like, oh, this is a really good Gwen angle. So maybe they do pick a Gwen. I'd be down. I'd be hella down. Area's pool flexibility will make a huge difference in the series draft. I think so too. I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to be such a cool draft to watch. Man, I have to wait so many days. It's going to feel so dull. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I go. Okay. Whatever. It's not like we can have a format where we have, only 1 or 2 days break. We have to have a whole week, 6 days playing Pike in decisive games. I don't know if we see the Pike tomorrow. I'll be honest, I don't know if we see the Pike tomorrow. When will they announce the guest spots for Americas? Hoping it's Fear X Starforge. I have no idea. I have zero idea. I'm hoping they announce it Friday, like before all the games happen and stuff. They make the big announcements. I think normally they do that around that time. So maybe November 1st we find out more stuff. Maybe as soon as Worlds end, so that like, okay, Worlds is over, we can start announcing things. But then there's Arcane. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. On has been underperforming, so if he keeps doing that, T1's bot will run with the game. Just living for the finals. I know, yeah, just living for the finals, man. That's exactly how I feel. I don't know about On underperforming. I think that's a little overstated. I think he had a really good series against Weibo. His recon play was pretty good against BLG. So yes, he didn't play too cleanly, but like I think he's ramping up, and I think if he ramps up enough, he can definitely play well. He doesn't crumble under pressure for sure. Kyoshik damn near through World Finals 2022, but I went back and watched all the 2022 games. It was interesting how the meta evolved from Maokai Orn top and D69 shit on Otawamne and everyone stopped. I don't remember that too much, but yeah, that's Smite that he lost. I remember, but he had a very poor Kindred game. He definitely was trying to lose that game. I think he had a Hecarim game in there too or something. Was that a Hecarim game? I don't remember anymore. It's been a while. It's been 2 years. I just remember the it must have been a Hecarim game. I think game 5 he was playing Hecarim, and then the Guma stealing Baron with Varus arrow was like, dude, the entire crowd could be heard. You couldn't hear anything. Do you know when is the coin toss? I have no idea. The Caitlyn Heimer bot lanes? I don't know. We'll see Caitlyn Heimer. Oh, you mean back in 2022? Yeah, Caitlyn Heimer. Yeah, that was a fun meta. 2022 was a fun meta. They should play Pike game 1. If it works, they can force a ban. I don't think they're gonna ban Pike. I think just be like, yo, just play Maokai into Pike or something stupid, kind of like what Jinji tried to do. I'm sure they're not too scared of Pike. But shout out for Rogue and Larson. The guy played way better than I've seen Humanoid play. So Humanoid has played better than him in the past, but the past couple years, Humanoid just hasn't been showing up. Like 2020, 2021, Humanoid, even 2019, he was playing well. 2022 was not it. 2023 was not it. His years on Fnatic were not good compared to like the Humanoid of past. What are your thoughts on new LEC rosters? People seem to be hyped for K Corp, but I just wonder who's gonna shot call. I have no idea. They picked up Yike, right? I'm assuming they want Yike to shot call. I don't know. I haven't really kept up much with LEC because I just feel like until we see more. Wait, okay. The Cave Corp is Kana. Who do they have mid laner? Kana, Yike, some sort of mid laner, and then Kalist and Targamos. I don't know much about Kalist. I know he's like the next Jackie Love or something crazy, right? The next Masu or something. But I don't wait, who's their mid laner? Do you know who's the mid laner for KC? Um I doubt it's like perks or something, right? Did they like say who the mid laner for KC is gonna be? Was it? Did they say for Sky? No, for Sky is going to the LFL if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but I don't. I'm gonna wait until I see Fnatic's roster and Mad Lions has JoJo. That's kind of hype, honestly. I don't know. It could be. Oh, Vladdy. Okay, they're not changing. I thought they were changing. I think Kalis should have taken the G2 offer. He is wasting his career with KC. It wasn't up to him. Apparently, he wanted to go, but KC was like, "No, we're not letting you go. You're under contract." He wanted to go to G2. He really did. Um, Yike is not a shot caller. Not from what we've seen in G2. And Targama's support, Vladdy mid, very skilled, but rookie last year. Yeah, Vladdy's the mid laner. I thought they got a new mid laner. I guess I must have misremembered. Yeah, they I think Yike needs to develop into a shot caller. And I think you've seen enough from G2 that he can develop into a shot caller. I think that's what they're planning on. Targamas is a silent support, which is not very great if you're a support, because support's supposed to be loud. And then like Kana's Korean. I mean, I know he's learning English, but he's definitely not going to shot call your team, and Vladi is a rookie. So I see your concerns. Kalist is a rookie AD carry. He's not Hansama. He's not going to be shot calling the game. So I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be G2 running everyone again. And unless we see better play from the rest of Europe, I don't think G2 is like doing anything internationally. Vladdy's the mid laner. So he is jailed? Yeah, he's jailed. Love it. Yeah. He couldn't leave, unfortunately. The GMs in Europe did such a bad job. We had so many good players on like different teams. Imagine if you just put all the players onto one team. Imagine if Karzi, Perks, Yankos, Wonder, and Trimby were all on a single team. Imagine if like Karzi was on that I guess the SK Korean bottom lane did fine. But just imagine if we had like Bo with Niski, and like we just actually had players together that work well. Imagine if the KC lineup was Kana from the very beginning, um, Bo. Those are your two imports, and then for mid lane you had like a Niski or a Perks or someone like that. Maybe not Perks because they played together, but you got, I don't know who's another like mid laner, Larson for example, and then you had for your, or forget Bo. Let's just say Yankos. Let's say Kana, Yankos, Larson, Upset, Trimby. Like that roster already should be top two, just from the get go. But we don't. We have them all on separate teams. I don't know, man. Someone will pick up Adam eventually, right? He's super toxic, sure, but still top three leaner at his peak. I don't know. Apparently, there are like really bad horror stories behind the scenes, and like no one wants to pick him up. I have no idea. Kana isn't all that, man. Honestly, it feels like Fnatic is just happy to be second instead of risk it for the biscuit. Okay, let's just say not Kana. Let's say you bring in. Let's say you have Irrelevant, Yankos, Larson, um, Upset, or Karzi. Let's say Karzi and Trimby. Those five players all play on five different teams. You put them together, that's a super team. That's a team that's winning. That's a team that can challenge G2. Absolutely. But they're all on five different teams. Like Larson is rotting away on Rogue. Odo Wamne is dying on GX. Like Karzi is stuck with Hilly, like just inting down. I mean, Photon, Karzi, and were pretty good. I think Hilly wasn't that great. Video definitely like, yeah, was not it. I don't know, man. Um, Kana isn't all that. Oh yeah, I already got that. Problem is there's only so much talent and teams cannibalize. So instead of two or three great teams, we get Mad, Fnatic, Giant X, K Corp meddling about. Yeah, I feel like you could make six really good teams with the rosters, or maybe five really good teams. You only need four more, right? Because you already have G2. Fnatic is like kind of up there. It's a good team. It's just not, Humanoid is just not it, right? But like you keep Fnatic roster the same. You have like SK with a couple of changes. Like if SK bring in Yankos, they're probably a top three team, right? K Corp, if you just made roster moves early, you probably are a top team. That's already four teams that are competitive. You put in Irrelevant instead of Adam, and all of a sudden that team, BDS is a really good team as well. Like I don't know, you could really have like 5, 6 competitive teams, but they just don't want to. So sucks for them. What do you think about Mad with JoJo? I feel like they were. talking in Spanish last year. Now they have to switch to English and comms because of JoJo. Well, they all speak English just fine. Um, I think it's going to be good for EU. I think it's bad for NA. Shopify could have had him, by the way, but he chose Mad Lions over us, so I'm not salty or anything. I'm really not. It's fine. I I think it's okay. I think it's bad for NA, to be honest, that we're importing. If we import Spica as well, just in general, like we shouldn't be importing. We don't have that many players to be importing. Like our T-True system sucks. We're importing Loki. No one wants Loki. I don't know, man. I I understand JoJo being like, oh, NA only has 2 teams going to Worlds next year. Potentially just one, right? Not just that, only one team for MSI. And if I can't find a roster that beats FlyQuest and TL, it doesn't matter if I'm third. I'm not making it to Worlds. I'm not making it to MSI. I'd rather go to EU, be on a top 3 team, already be like top, hopefully win a split in LEC and make it to Worlds, make it to MSI, make it to all the tournaments. It's easier in EU because you have more teams going, and the GMing is really bad. So I understand his fandom is growing, his like worth is off the charts right now. So it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for him. I hate it for NA. He's one of our better mid laners. Like I would love for our other mid laners to be able to practice against JoJo, but they can't. So it sucks. But as a business move, like as just from a business perspective, I get it. EU has a bigger viewership. You're gonna get more fans. Mad Lion fans are very passionate. Like in general, as a career move, I get it. As a North American fan, I hate it. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Wonder how Noah will do with the fresh start. I hope Mad wins. I just hate watching for Scowie. Yeah. You want them to win just because you want Friscawi to like not to be like, yeah, it was Friscawi's fault. Also, there are way tougher customers in NA with TL Fly. Exactly, yes, Mix. Might as well go beat Fnatic and go get third. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's so much easier to make it worlds this year or 2025. It's so much easier to make worlds with EU than NA. It's funny how the fastest win in worlds is 20 minutes by Mad. Dang, bro. They're the fastest to lose and win at the same time. Contracts Jojo Fudge. Put those 3 in a team, you could contend. Yeah, but he wasn't confident, right? He wasn't confident in like I'm assuming B-Boy and LLA support. He was like, I don't know about that. I think that's basically what happened. He was just like, it could have just been like he doesn't like the bot lane or he doesn't like Fudge. Like he played with Fudge. Maybe he felt like Fudge wasn't putting in his all and he didn't want to play with Fudge again. I have a whole video coming up after Worlds. I don't like this whole roster shuffle happening during Worlds. It's very disrespectful. I feel. Oh, Basil is streaming. That's cool. I feel like it's really disrespectful to Worlds. The fact that we're having all these things happening while Worlds is going on, my man. We should be watching Worlds and enjoying Worlds, and instead we're not. It's quite frustrating. Can you pull up the LEC roster list? Yeah, sure. I have the LEC roster list right here. Let me. Oh, it's EMEA. Okay, let me share my screen. Boom. It's kind of small, isn't it? All right, let's zoom in a little bit. We don't need to see when the legal names in the contract, but you can see here. This is Giant X. I have Juhan, Jackie's, Patrick, Ignar, Cass. Oh, that's the head coach, Nico. Ignar. Which team specifically are you looking for? His name is Bartholomew. Dang, I had no idea. Crazy that it came out that Yike and Mickey X were being replaced days after their elimination. It wasn't days; it was the day after, and they found out like a couple hours right before the game against BLG. Hopefully, we get a fist fight between Zeus and Bin in finals. No tank duty, I beg. Absolutely. I'm okay with the Gragas. Like Gragas can go a little bit tanky, but I'm absolutely down. I'm absolutely down. I want to see like the Camille into Jax. I want to see those. Yeah. That's what I want to see. Uh, aw, that's cute. Not particular team, just saw a graphic online showing all changes. Oh, yeah, this is just the contract database, so it's not gonna have all the things. I'm not sure. Honestly, like I said, I haven't really Team Go, who the hell is it? Oh, I guess these are the other teams. Yeah. BDS, Adam. I mean, he's not there anymore, but we already know that. Um, yeah, he ain't there anymore. We kind of already know that. I have to focus on a tournament with news like that coming out about your future. I mean, there were already rumors that they were being replaced even before IBLG. Yeah, it's quite sad. It's quite sad. I just hope that they end up doing well in EU. I really hope. I hope that in the future we can get to a situation where we don't have how do I say this? We don't have to be listening about all these roster changes during Worlds. I hope it just happens after Worlds so we can enjoy Worlds. I can talk about it. I don't have to think about, oh, what videos am I doing for Shopify? I just want to focus on Worlds, man. I hope we get more best of fives. Swiss, by the way, every elimination or like all your 2-2 games should be best of fives, in my opinion. We need more best of fives. These are so much fun. They're so awesome. I want more best of fives, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. This has been so much fun. I've really been enjoying streaming. I've really been enjoying all the like people coming, commenting, responding on videos, and just in general, the whole vibes have been awesome. This World Championship has been really great. So, uh, yeah, I may or may not have someone, a pro player or ex pro player, a famous pro player, Wild Turtle, on stream with me after T1 versus BLG finals. We will see. Teams are rushed to make changes. Also, more eyes equals more hype. True. That's a fair point. Um, but yeah, stream was awesome. Thank you guys for coming and chatting. Thank you for streaming, Clad. See you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I should. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's either tomorrow or after tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I should have a Xiaohu Scrum coming out. I think that's the only interview that I have left. I think so. I might have another interview. I might have two. No, I only have one interview. Yeah. Imagine if you went to NBA season, didn't know changes to opening day tip off. Okay, that's a little too much. But yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night or a good morning or wherever you are.